Oh, wow. Sounds like my little grandson. He's always saying, oh, wow. But that was more of a, oh, wow. It's been a hell of a week. Ever since 10 to 5 Thursday morning last week when I got the message from my daughter that she was at hospital and further news that she'd had a mild heart attack I almost had a heart attack myself with, with this news and the worry. But, you know, then I realised what I was doing. Worry, you know, I'm a mum. That's what I'm meant to do, is that right? But am I actually doing her a favour when I worry? I mean, what does worrying do? Maybe I felt somewhere that in me that it was my duty to worry, because by worrying it showed that I care. I do care. I read an article from Dr. William Pettit the other week, and he was talking about, I think it was in 2000, the year 2000 perhaps, when his wife had died and he had 2 daughters. And some people were saying to him not long after his wife had died, you know, you must be worrying yourself sick over them daughters of yours. And he says, no, why would I do that? I love them too much to worry about them. Might take you a little while to get your head around this one. But we live in the feeling of our thinking. When I'm thinking worrying thoughts, I get worrying feelings. And yeah, there are things that might happen. There are things that have happened. But right now in this moment, Sarah's at home, probably tucked up in bed fast asleep, and I'm sat here talking to you. And when I go off on a tangent in my mind worrying, what I'm doing is bringing up ghosts from the past, stuff from the past, maybe when she was born, and the problems she had as a baby, and how lucky we were that she survived. And then I start thinking about what's happened recently and this mild heart attack and what does that mean. And then I go off on a tangent making stuff up for the future. It's like what ifs, lots of what ifs. But you know what? I'm making it all up because the future's a fantasy. It doesn't exist. Only in my mind. It's all made up. I'm creating my experience, creating it through my thinking, through believing the thoughts, through attaching to the thoughts. And one of my mentors came up with a great metaphor a few years ago now that I love and I share with my clients, is that we have this thing in our brain, part of our brain, called the reticular activating system. Some people call it the RAS for short. I call it the Google engine, because what we put in there comes out in our awareness. So if I'm thinking about how life sucks, then I'll get lots of evidence of how life sucks, because that's what the reticular activating system will be allowing me to be aware of. Or if I'm thinking about getting a new purple car with white spots, and this unique car seems unique, and then I'll see, well, maybe I won't see them everywhere. Maybe that's not a good example. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. I'm sure you've got an idea of what I'm saying is that what you focus on is what you get, basically. So the more that I think about what I've got in my life to be grateful for and appreciate the little things, then I begin to feel good. It's like my thinking and my feeling are two sides to the same coin, so that as I think, I feel. I'm living in the feeling of my thinking, not the circumstances. So when I think about all the good stuff and how lucky I am to have Sarah in my life, and how wonderful that we have 2 beautiful little boys, her sons and my grandchildren, that we never thought she'd have. How lucky we are. And we're lucky to be continuing this journey through life. And there's so many, many things to be grateful for. And as I do this, then I feel good, and then my state of mind increases. It's like my level of consciousness increases, so that I am in a good feeling. And yeah, sometimes the bad feelings will come and I'll tip over and I'll get lost and I'll get tricked and I'll feel bad, and that's okay too. It's really, really important to accept rather than try and change. Most people, I used to do it myself, think you had to change your thinking, but it just gets in the way. It causes more problems. It's more important to learn to be graceful in the lows and accept them and know that it will change. And then you'll start to feel better and your level of consciousness will rise and you'll start having more of the good feeling as the different thoughts pop in. It's like waves. The waves of the ocean can come crashing in some days, and I've been in the ocean and I've been pretty scared of some of those waves, and I've turned away from them. But it's better to face that wave and let that wave hit you and really come through you and through the other side, and then it abates. And that's it. That's what happens. Some days it's cloudy, sometimes it rains, sometimes it's stormy. But above the rain, above the clouds, above the storms, there's blue sky. And that's the reality that we're coming from. We're more than the weather. We're the sky. I'll give you some food for thought there. And I hope some of this resonates with you. And if it does, and you'd like to know more, let's have a conversation. You can give me a call on 0414 211 976 if you're in Australia. If you're outside Australia, send me a message on Facebook or through my webpage, and we can arrange a chat on Skype or Zoom or FaceTime, whatever. I love to talk, and I love helping people move beyond their problems and their stuckness so that they can get back into the flow. And thank you for taking this time to listen, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.